Yo, what's going on? VolcanoBeats, the Sampler King. I'm here live from the lab again, and I'm bringing you an exclusive. That brand new Abbey RS124. Yep, it dropped today. The latest in the line, we're gonna get into it. It sounds phenomenal. I use it on bass, drums, guitar, vocal, across entire buses. It can handle it all. It even works good on your full mix if you want that feel. So we're gonna get into how it sounds. This is how it looks. Before we do that, hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'm gonna keep bringing you content like this exclusive. Like I say, I've been using it for a little while. It drops today, so let's get into it. Dope. Let's get into how to use this glorious plugin. I have a couple iterations of it. One on my main sample, one on my drum bus, and one on the main aux. So basically, I'm just gonna switch them on and off and just show you the ways I would use them. So with it being on my main sample, let's solo that. And I did my best to kind of volume match them because, like, to bypass it, I mean, well, it's got some crazy magic with it attenuating. I'm sorry. So when I bypass it, I had to figure out a way to volume match them so it's not doing too much, adding too much volume so we won't lose our perception. So like I say, let's get into the features of it. It's cool that it's only like 4 or 5 different options, which is a great thing. So it keeps you from falling into the trap of just moving knobs just to be moving them. First, let's get into recovery. So how fast this thing is coming back, your release, basically how fast it's compressing and coming back. So our recovery speed, with it being over a whole sample, I'm going to use like a slower recovery speed because I want it to grab and not let go. We got our input control, and like I was telling you, you have to push it a little bit so that when you're adding volume, when you take away the bypass, that it kind of stays the same. As you can see, I kind of volume matched it. You really can't hear it go away. You only can hear what it's doing, which is definitely what you want to do because you don't want to just be adding volume. So when we take it away, you'll hear like it adds like some crispiness to it. Not too much. It's a little small thing. Like it kind of smooths it out. That's without. That's with. Now that's just set at equal volume. It's not really doing much, and as you can tell, it smooths out your signal a little bit. Going over to the right, we have a little volume attenuator or boost, just in case you took away too much. You can push more in, or if you added too much, you can take some out. This little superfuse thing, like I said, I got it before it was any videos or anything on it. There's nothing on it when I did this video, so I don't know exactly what this superfuse thing is, but this is what it sounds like. What it sounds to me, superfuse is kind of like, it's like pushing a compressor or a limiter to its extreme. So this can be useful, especially on drums. And I'll show you why that's so useful in a second. So this could be super useful because of the next feature after I get done with these. So right here you get your options to show your input, your gain reduction, or your output. I usually keep mine on gain reduction. And this is the most important feature of them all. This plugin has got like 2 different options as far as like how it sounds. You got one for the like basically in studio mixing, and the other is for like if you were sending your signal to vinyl to a lathe to cut it. So basically you're gonna hear like how it changes up a little bit when I push it over the cutter. just understanding the process of cutting vinyl now more than I did in the past, it seems like it adds a lot of high end, because if you don't know, when you push things to vinyl, it actually cuts a lot of high end. So the cutter side seems like it adds some, so you won't lose out too much. So that's what this plugin is pretty cool, that it's like emulating that. Emulating basically what master engineers had to encounter back in the 60s. So now let's get back to that superfuse. What makes the superfuse so cool is the fact that you can open this thing up and boom, if you hit this little expand down here, then you have the options of like a high pass. You have the options of a high pass, side chain, and a mix. So you can use that superfuse to push your signal super crazy and bring the mix down, so that and make it parallel. Next to that, you have your feature to chain them or unchain them. I don't know why you would want to do that on like a stereo signal, but you might have your reasons. I'll push them both to the extreme so I can chain them up again. Lastly, you have your section over here where you have stereo. So you're hearing stereo, mono, make it a stereo compressor, or a duo, which left and right are doing their own thing. Or you can make it MS, which these come into play, your mid and your side. So now we're just hearing side. Now we're hearing mid. So let's take it back to our stereo. Now we just hearing right. Now we're hearing left. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This thing has a few options to make it a great tool for especially someone like me, that I'm always using like older plugins to emulate things, to make things sound older. So now let's get to how I use it on drums. Already got my drums bust. We're gonna solo our drums. So now we have it on our drums. You see it adds a lot of like high-end information, so I'm gonna dial it back some, because I want the extra high-end it gives me, but I don't want it so much that it's kind of like making my drum sound too heightened. About in 45 or so was a good spot for me. And I don't want it to take too much life away from my kick drum, so I'm going to push that side chain all the way up to like 95. And this may be cool to put in the MS mode, and on my side for me to bring the side chain down some, and on my mid to bring it up. Because like I said, I don't want it to take away too much life from my kick drum. Now let's take it away and see how it sounds. Definitely gave my drums a little, that could just be volume though. Let's bring down our volume to make sure that's not just volume. It makes it sound better. Do our best to volume match them. Put them to 0. So yeah, that's pretty close. Like basically what it's doing is giving my like some height, and I can see this being a great thing to put on vocals. some instruments like guitars, things that you want to poke out in the mix, basically. So I would bring my mix down a lot on my drums and bring it up more on my sample, because that would be an instrument or a signal that I would want to bring out a little bit more in my mix. And now let's bypass. I mean, let's keep it on the drums, keep it on the sample, and see what it sounds like over everything now. So now I have it on everything. Let's dial it back some. Put it in MS mode. And let's bring our sides out a little bit more. As you can see, I'm going to the extreme with my compression, but just want to basically let you hear how it sounds when pushing to the extreme. Now let's switch it over to cutter. Since it's over everything, let's see how it sounds when it comes to being an effect on everything. So let's switch them both over. Like I said, I can hear it like adding a lot of high-end information. I probably don't use that, only for certain situations. But all in all, like I said, this is a pretty dope plug-in because it's giving you the sound of this compressor. And this compressor sounds phenomenal. I like the way it grabs, and when you got it on slow recovery, it's slow. As you can see, like, it's slow. It's taking its time, so that's a good thing when you use it on a full mix. On your drums, though, you may want to make it faster. Bring my mix down some, because it's taking too much life away. Cool, yeah, about right there. Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, I've been using it for a few days now, a week or so. And I wanted to give you more of a usage tutorial rather than some technical jargon. Because to be honest, I've never used this piece of gear. I never heard of this piece of gear. I just knew it came from Abbey Road Studio. There you have it. Waves definitely did that thing on this one. Just like all the other Abbey Roads plugins, this is a dope way to have some of that, basically that older emulation inside of your DAW. Definitely try out that demo. It's a 30-day demo, so try that out before you make the plunge. But for like $39, $29, whatever they charge you for this one, it's definitely worth it because it's giving you a lot of funk. It's giving you, I call it funk. It's giving you a lot of that old feel just by throwing it on your bus or your drum bus or just whatever track you want to put it on. So definitely an A+ one, and it's in my arsenal now. It's a keeper. Dope. Yeah, like I said, that thing was nice, man. I had the pleasure of using it for the last week or so, and it was phenomenal. Like, it literally made me change the way I mix my project. It's coming up, dropping on the 10th. Yeah, it's all over my project because I wanted my project to have that old feel, like it was being sampled from vinyl. So this thing was perfect. It gave me that feel. It can also be used for like clean vocals that you want to push up front in the mix, you could do a lot with it. Hit me in the comments. Let me know how you would use it in your production setup, or if you can see it fitting into what you have, or is it something different for something you already have, or is it the same as something you already have. Put me on game. It may be something I don't know about, but like I said, it gave me that feel that I wanted. You let me know how it's working for you. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe. Peace. See you next time. We're gonna do it.